Did you just get a new VEX IQ Super Kit? By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to set up your box just like this to prepare you for the future of building your robot. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Greg Serio with the People Manufacturing, and it looks like somebody just got a VEX IQ Super Kit. I know you're super excited right now because you just got into robotics and there's a lot going on. But first things first, what do you do when you get the box? I'm here to show you. I'm just going to start by opening my VEX IQ Super Kit. Knife away. So let's open up our VEX IQ Super Kit. Should look something like this. So I'm going to carefully pull it out of the box. That's what it looks like. I'm going to start by just popping this top. I'll show you how we can utilize the lid in a second. So right on top you should have this. Just to give you an idea of what you just got, because this is a super kit that has all of these components. It's really exciting when you get these kits, and the first thing you want to do is just rip it all apart, right? Well, just pause for a second, because it'll add a lot more value to you later on if you open this slowly and organize it as you want to play with it. It's really exciting to see all these sensors and parts and a robot brain and a controller that looks like an Xbox or PlayStation controller. So we're just going to take it slow and show you what to do. And we're just going to slowly pull all these components out of the box, because you're going to need a table like I have here to work with. So you'll see there's a lot of parts in here, and this looks like a brain of some sort. More cables, wires. We're just going to put them all on the table and get to this. This is really important. And we're going to set this to the side. So once you open this and you got your parts laid out on the table in the bag still, you'll notice a couple things. Some VEX IQ literature, but you'll have an instruction manual for the Clawbot. This is to build this specific Clawbot. You'll also have a control system user guide, so you know exactly how to troubleshoot and program your brain. But more importantly, this guy. This is a poster. This is a poster of all the parts that you can find inside your VEX IQ Super Kit. Inside this kit, there's all these different components. This is also to scale, so we're going to keep this around while we're working on it and maybe put it up on the wall close to you. But for now, I'm going to fold this back up and set this aside and show you what to do next, because we have a lot of parts here. But we're going to start with this tray. There's a certain way that you can configure this tray to make it easy to build your robot, because organization makes you build things faster. You know where to find all your parts now. So we're going to set this tray probably somewhere where I can reach it but not totally in the way. So maybe like right there. And then we know that the wires are not going to go in this tray. So I'm going to move all my wires, cords, and stick those guys kind of out of the way. Same with a lot of this literature right now. We don't really need it right now. And same with this box. Set that to the side. Now, some of these sensors will go in the top. But now, we're going to use that knife. Or you can use safety scissors. Those are just plastic. But I'm an adult, so I'm doing what an adult would do here. If you're a kid, I suggest you use safety scissors, etc., under supervision of your mentor, coach, parent. So now let's just kind of separate it out. If you've built Legos before, it's very similar. You have instructions and bags of parts that you can put together, just like in Legos or something to that effect, or an erector set of any kind. It separates it all by bags, parts. So here you have parts that look like these doohickeys. You have parts that look like these zooblies. And we're just gonna, gravity works. These look similar to those, so we're going to put those there. More components that look like that. Now, there's a diagram that I'm following based on the VEX website and best ideas. So if you haven't already, pull up a computer or your phone that's accessible there and go to VEX IQ's website. If you're a mentor, you've been supplied by VEX IQ a couple different training tips, but there's a specific link that shows you exactly how to set up this tray on VEX IQ's website. So once you've pulled up the VEX IQ website with this diagram, you're going to see the parts that you're going to need to put in top and what parts go in the bottom. So we'll start with the obvious ones, the blue ones. So I know these blue gears are going to go there. I'll set those on top of the tray. Doesn't appear that this is in there. So this is 3508, so we'll set that aside. It does not look like the tires go there, so that'll go over there. I see a whole bunch of these elbows. That's going in the top. That goes there. It also looks like these little standoff parts and little doohickeys are going in there. Same with these long bars with the holes. Looks like a ton of these little guys are definitely going in there too. Same with these blue parts. And it appears these also go in the top. The metal and the plastic, they go in the top. These little parts go in the top. As do these. These do not. And these do not. So it looks like we also have some sensors that also go over here. So now it should look similar to this. Still kind of a mess. Now that we know what parts are going in the tray, now we can start to work to place them in there. So I'm going to move my tray back to the side a little bit. I'm going to move all these into a central pile. Just put them right there. And I'm going to start with the first bag. So these are your bag of gears. And it looks like there's two different locations to put these gears. So on the diagram, you'll see that it's going to go here and here. So you can just rip these open. They rip open pretty easy. So that way, if you don't have scissors and you don't really want to use a knife for everything, just be safe. Just rip them open. It's plastic. So it looks like they have a lot of the big gears that go up here. They fit really nice. And I found I like to put the big gears in first and kind of stack them on the side, so that way it doesn't take up too much room. And then you'll see some of these look a little different. These have teeth on one side, these don't. So I'm going to take all the ones and put the bigger ones over here. And then I'll grab these small ones, put the little guys over here. And the diagram has them split up, but you know where your gears are in these two locations. Because also remember, this is just a starter kit. You can add more to this in the future, so if you stay organized, you know what you have too. So then I'll break open this guy. And it looks like these are going to go here and here. So now I'm just going to take these parts. I'm going to pull the ones that have the bigger ones because they look a little similar. So I'm going to put the similar ones together in this tray. I'm going to go ahead and just take these and toss them in this corner. Now I'm just going to grab my next blue bag, which are these. You're going to use these on just about every single step of building this robot. So you're going to want to put all these little blue sticks. There's 3 different kinds. If you follow what's on the chart, you'll see the difference between the 3. And we're just going to stick them into this tray right here, right next to your gears. Now for these little ones, these are the 1x1s on either side. And then same with these guys here. I usually want to leave them in the bag because they're the hardest ones to find. And it makes it easier to find these guys. So I will use a knife here, but preferably safety scissors. to just kind of open the top of this. I'm still going to put it in there, but I'm just going to set it to the side and it sits up really nice. And then I'm going to take the extra bag and just kind of put it right there. So now it's nice and organized, and I'm just going to take the rest of these blue ones. Whoops. And we're back. So after that, I went and got safety scissors because I figured it might be a little bit easier. You don't have to, but as you do this, you'll find that you learn things about yourself, and I learned that I get pretty excited. So I'm just going to dump those in there. The next part is this little bag of sticks. These are crossbars or beams or whatever name you end up calling them, but these. I'm just going to go ahead. I'll pour these out, and these are the simplest. So if you look on the diagram, those go right here. So, I'm going to take that. And on to the next one. So I see the bag of sensors closest to me, and those, I'm just going to pop this one open. And put those right there. And you don't have to know exactly what those sensors are. You'll learn what those sensors are by building this robot. And then this one. So I'll take this sensor, put it right here. And this one right here. It'll go right here. And round and home base, kind of. I'll call this rounding third base. Just gonna open this one up. Now, this one has your plastic shafts and the little doohickeys in it. That is going to be dumped right here. And to the next one. Now we're looking at this spot right here. And now we're going to grab this bag, open it up, and you'll notice every single one of these bags are labeled. So there's no confusing what's in them. And the label's above the barcode on each one. So this one's a 3514 that contains these. And it would appear all of these, clip the top, go in this compartment right here. Along with these. And then we'll go to this one right across the aisle. And that's going to take the metal parts. Another bag for aisle 9. I'll save those because I'm about to. Cut this one open. And put these in with those. And then we're going to grab this bag of elbows and this one goes directly in here. Like a glove. Because it fits. This little guy appears to go up here. I am wrong. And it appears I got a little ahead of myself and That's the whole point of this, is to show you that it's okay to make mistakes and just to take a second, fix it, and then keep moving. So when I showed you to split these up, I'm just going to add these back over here because apparently I took the spot of these. So it makes it a little bit more of a tight fit, but that's okay. When you close the lid, you always have a bunch of extra room. Now we're going to take this and dump it in that one. Last but not least, if you're looking at the diagram now, we have the orange bands. We're going to go ahead and pull these out and toss the orange rubber bands into this little corner here. So now our top tray should look something like this. And now it doesn't have to be perfect, but just has to be organized for you to know where your parts are. That's the top part of your tray. So now I'm going to move this to like maybe the corner of the table, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that bottom part, this guy right here. And I'm going to set it just right there because I have a couple things left. Actually, I'll set this guy up right there. You should have this bag left full of your longer, bigger parts, another part bag, some wheels, some more parts, and all of your cables that go along also with this box. There's not much organization you have to do here other than just, because these are bigger parts. So just organize these best you can, but what I like to do is maybe put this over here in the corner, and same with this one. I'm gonna just drop it right in there. I'm going to go ahead and grab this box first because it has these wheels and everything on this left side. But I'm going to show you a little trick because this is probably going to be your favorite box to open. We're just going to go ahead and do this. Ta-da! So now you'll see I kind of I'll put this on the bottom. It already fit really good. And I'm just going to take my parts and just kind of wiggle them down here. Makes a cool little cavity like this that keeps your stuff organized on this side. You know everything's organized in the box. And now we're going to go ahead and pop some of these bags open. So according to this picture, it looks like we're going to stack the wheels in this corner. And these are the 4 wheels that you need to actually make your Clawbot run. Not run because it doesn't have legs, but we're just going to take these 4 tires and we're going to stack it in the corner of the garage. Boop. And then we're going to do the same thing with the rims. Just kind of stack them on the side. Now it appears I just had one little bag sneak in with the bottom box, so I'm just going to go ahead and open this, but set it over here. This does go in my tray though. And back to my cables. So these are cables that you're going to use to connect your brain to the various motors and sensors on your robot. They're already nice and bundled up, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave them like that. And I'm just going to set them right there. This is your power cord that attaches to the back of the battery charger. Same thing, it comes out of the bag nice and bundled up, so I'm just going to toss that in there to the side. And then this is your USB cord, how you're going to communicate from your computer to the brain of your robot. And toss that right there. Some more cables. I'm going to stick those right there. And last but not least, one more cable, and this is what's going to communicate between your remote control and the brain. Just going to toss that right there in the corner. We're just going to look at the diagram one more time and see where this might fit, because a lot of things that go into robots is just really teaching you to make decisions for yourself. So clearly, if I dumped this in here, it would be hard for me to find. But I know if maybe I move some things around, it might be a little bit easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss these back over here, make sure all my gears just go together. just use my best judgment because I think this is a newer kit. And then we're just going to take this and just put it here. It makes sense to fit there. And these extra bands and little wheels, it just fits much, much better right there, and I know I can find them later. And these, I'll just put them in with this. And now that we've gotten every part in a home, we now have an organized kit, so we know where to find most of our parts. This isn't like when you buy a Lego or an erector set and maybe you have to sprawl them out and group them. This just comes with a kit. It's easy, that's why it's called the Super Kit. This VEX IQ Super Kit makes it really easy for you to learn robotics. And now we're gonna just double check them one more time. I'm gonna hold this up, put this right here, and then put my literature back in there, because I'm not gonna build this right now. I wanna make sure it was organized. And I'm gonna put my documents in with it, which is my instructions, how to troubleshoot, and that big poster if I don't put it on the wall. This video is about what you do when you get the box and how do you get started. It's so important to just stay organized, and we're showing you how to organize your box before you build. And now you'll see the design of this is really cool. This part shoots out on one side, and then over here it shoots out on two. So it can only fit one way. So if I want to set it on top like this, it can fit like that. Or you'll notice you can turn it around and it fits a little bit deeper. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. I'll let it fit a little bit deeper just to give some more breathing room up here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this part, cover the top, and now take that lid. Now this lid comes in really handy when you're building your robot. You can put it on the table, sort parts on it, and you can flip it over and do the same. It's really versatile, and it's all about using the resources you have around you if you don't have the exact right thing you need. So this whole kit is meant to be self-sustained and a robot in a box. And that concludes our unboxing of our VEX IQ Super Kit. We're really excited to follow you on this journey, and please remember to stay safe and stay happy while you build your VEX IQ Super Kit into the awesome Clawbot of the future. Huzzah! Did somebody say hero?